Okay, so I'm gonna break my budgeting 101 course up into 3 minutes or less. At least I'm going to try. So step one of a solid budget is knowing your numbers. You need to know exactly what's coming in and what's going out. What's coming in is the easy part. Most of us know exactly how much money we make, but you need to know exactly what is going out. I'm talking everything. How much you're spending at the gas station, how much you're spending at Target on a random Saturday, like everything. So if you're not using an app like YNAB, which tracks your spending for you, then you will need to go and print your bank statements. I recommend starting with 3 months and just going through line by line on your bank statement and categorizing your spending, adding up what you spent in 3 months, dividing that by 3, that's going to give you the average. That's a good starting place if you've not done a budget before. So once you know exactly what's coming in and exactly what's going out, then step 2, you want to create a budget calendar. This is an optional step, but for me, I think it's really helpful and I highly recommend it for everyone. You can use any calendar. You can use the calendar app on your phone. You can just print out a plain basic calendar. You can use a dollar store calendar. I don't care. You use whatever calendar you want. You're going to notate on that calendar or mark every bill that you have due on its due date, and then mark your paydays. What this calendar is going to do is give you a visual overview of what bills you need to pay when. That way you can be proactive rather than reactive about your finances. Once you have your budget calendar, now it's payday. So before you even spend $1, so whether you do that the night before payday or the morning of or whenever tickles your fancy, you are going to sit down with your budget and you're going to decide what bills do I need to pay between today and the next time I get paid, or whatever, the next time I'm going to pay bills, whatever works for you. So once you know what those bills are, you're going to add those up. You'll have that bill number, subtract that from the amount of money that you had coming in. That's going to leave you what you have left over for lifestyle expenses. So you're going to first look at your variable expenses. Variable expenses are those expenses that vary from week to week. So that's going to be things like gas, groceries, eating out, your random trips to Target. If you get your hair done, nails done, everything did, you need to include all of that in your budget and then add those up. You'll assign a budget amount for that based on what your past spending has been. Remember that numbers that we came up with in step 1. So you'll add those up, you'll take that number and subtract that from what you had left after your bills. Hopefully you have a positive number there and you have some money left. If that number is not positive, variable spending is the one area of our budget where we have the most control over. So you're going to take that, this is the area where you can make adjustments if you need to. If you need to lower the amount you're spending at groceries, if you need to cut out that trip to the nail salon, if you need to not get your hair done this week, this is the area of your budget where you get to make those choices. So you'll subtract that number from what you had left over after bills. That's going to give you a number that you have for your financial goals. That number you should be using for savings,